Daniel King rushed into the hospital with a big, happy laugh, his bodyguards behind him, his phone pressed to his ear. The sun danced on his polished shoes as nurses, doctors, and kids in pajamas stared at the famous billionaire, the man whose name was everywhere in New York City. But then Daniel looked up, and his heart stopped. He dropped his phone. The doctor standing at the entrance wasn't a stranger. It was Emily Rose, the woman he'd once loved, the woman he'd lost, the woman he never expected to see again. She held his chart in her gentle hands, eyes wide in shock, a memory brought back to life. Daniel froze. The hospital faded away. He was a boy again, scared, small, wishing for a second chance. No one in the waiting room knew Daniel's real story, the secrets he kept, the pain he hid behind his shiny suits and big speeches. They only saw the smile on TV, not the storm inside. Why is Emily my doctor? Daniel thought. Had the world played a joke on him, or was this fate finally forcing the truth out of hiding? Emily blinked, her face pale beneath her long dark hair. In that single glance, Daniel felt the past punch him. Every mistake, every heartbreak, every moment he wished he could turn back time. A clipboard dropped. Someone's baby started to cry. Daniel's phone buzzed and hit the floor, but he couldn't move. He was hooked, trapped, caught in memories and secrets. He heard Emily's voice, soft and shaking. "Hello, Daniel. Please come with me." Her hand pointed down the bright hallway. Daniel followed. He had no choice. His whole world had changed, and in Emily's eyes he saw that something big, something life-changing was about to be revealed. Today the truth would come out, but Daniel had no idea just how much it would change his life. Before we continue, let us know in the comments section what time is it and where are you watching from. And remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the story. Now let's continue. Daniel sat on a cold, white hospital bed. Emily scanned his chart, her hands shaking just a little. Daniel couldn't help but remember. Long ago, they were just students trying to survive in this busy city. He was Daniel, the computer kid with big dreams. His mom was gone, his dad too lost in work. Daniel came from nothing, just a grandma, a tiny apartment, and the hope he could change the world with a computer program. Emily was hope itself. She wore her dreams like bright scarves. She wanted to be a doctor, to help sick kids and lonely old folks, to never let anyone in pain feel alone. They met on the city college steps. Daniel was hungry, tired, the only kid in class with holes in his backpack. Emily noticed. On a rainy day, she let him share her umbrella, and soon they shared everything else, sandwiches, secrets, and smiles. They were made for each other, everyone said. Two hearts in a stormy city. Daniel never forgot the night on the library roof when he first told Emily his biggest secret. One day, I'll make a computer that thinks for itself, that learns, that talks. Someday nobody will feel lonely. You'll see, we'll be rich and happy. Emily smiled. "If it means I get to stay by your side, I'll believe you forever." But love didn't keep trouble away. Daniel worked day and night on his project, Pocket Brain. His best friend Jake wanted in. Together they spent every waking moment working, Emily always nearby with snacks and encouragement. Then, in their last year, Daniel's invention grabbed attention. A company wanted to buy his program for more money than Daniel had ever imagined. Reporters came. Emily cheered the loudest. That night, Daniel bought a tiny ring with borrowed money. In the moonlight, in a quiet city park, he knelt. "Emily, will you marry me?" Tears in her eyes, she whispered, "Yes." But 3 days later, Daniel's world exploded. It was morning. His phone rang. "Daniel, come quick!" It was Emily, panic in her voice. The computer lab was a mess. Daniel's laptop was open. Jake stood by the door, waving papers. "Your plans are gone, Daniel. Emily must have taken them. She was the last one here." Emily protested, but Jake had proof. Emails, confusing messages, documents. "I swear, Daniel, I didn't do it," Emily cried. Daniel's heart cracked. He looked at Jake, his oldest friend, and at Emily, his love. "Emily, how could you?" he shouted. Emily reached for him, sobbing. "Please, Daniel, you have to believe me." But Daniel couldn't. The betrayal felt too sharp. He turned away, saying, "I wish he hadn't. Don't ever talk to me again." She left, her ring falling from her hand into a storm drain. Daniel never picked it up. He signed the deal with Jake. Life moved on. Or so he thought. After college, Daniel became famous fast. His company soared. TV crews filled his office. Money rolled in. He bought a huge penthouse at the top of a glass tower. His face smiled from billboards. His closet held 100 suits. But at night, alone, Daniel felt empty. He called old friends, but none really cared. He bought new things, but none filled the hole inside. He kept telling himself, "Work harder, be stronger, forget Emily." But he couldn't forget the way she believed in him, the way her hand felt warm in his, the way she called him her bright star when he was about to give up. Pride kept him from searching for the truth. Pride and pain. Every time he heard her name, even if it was just Dr. Rose on a hospital sign, he felt a bolt of regret. Now, years later, Daniel was back in the hospital, not as a scared student, but as a grown man, with money, power, and a secret wound. Emily finished her check. "Your heartbeat is strong," she said, eyes avoiding his. But Daniel saw a tear slipping down her cheek. She quickly wiped it away. "Is something wrong, Dr. Rose?" Daniel forced his voice to sound smooth. Emily hesitated. "We need extra tests," she said softly. "Your scan showed something a little strange. It might be nothing, but I want to be sure." Daniel's heart pounded. Was he sick, or was Emily just buying time to say something else? Back home, Daniel gazed from his penthouse window. The city lights blinked like a million memories. He tried to focus on work, on making another big deal, on planning a new computer. But his mind kept jumping. Emily. Hospital. Her tears. Why did she look so sad? At his next appointment, Daniel waited in the hallway. He heard two nurses whispering, "Isn't that Daniel King?" "Yes, and Dr. Rose turned down a huge transfer for him." A chill ran down Daniel's back. Why would Emily choose him? Did she still care, or was something even more serious going on? Inside the exam room, Daniel stared at the ceiling as Emily checked his blood pressure. He whispered, "Emily, why are you still here?" She paused, then sat down. "Because you deserve the truth. I never took your plans." Daniel couldn't speak. Emily nodded. "I wanted to tell you so many times. Jake framed me, Daniel. He took your program and sent those fake emails. He wanted you for himself and for your company." Daniel's eyes burned. 10 years, 10 long years thinking the worst of the woman he loved. He whispered, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" Emily's voice shook. "You wouldn't listen. Jake threatened me too. He said if I spoke up, he would ruin you or hurt you. I was scared." Daniel's guilt washed over him like a flood. He whispered, "Why didn't you fight back?" "I tried," Emily said, "but some losses never heal." Daniel's phone buzzed. The hospital needed him back. Emily met him in the hallway. "Daniel, your new scan, you need another test. Please, don't be scared. I'll be with you." Daniel let her check his blood. He watched her hands gently wrap the bandage. He tried to speak, but his words felt heavy. Emily, did you ever miss me? Emily blinked away tears. Every day, even when I was angry, even when I was scared. Daniel saw doctors talking behind glass doors. He saw the way Emily spoke quietly to the nurses. She seemed nervous, afraid. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He thought of all the things he wanted to say, and all the things he regretted shouting. In the morning, Daniel entered Emily's office. She was staring at a small, framed photo on her desk. He peeked closer. In the photo, a boy with curly hair smiled, hugging Emily. Daniel gasped. The boy's eyes looked just like his. Emily caught his stare. She bit her lip. "Is that?" Emily nodded slowly. "His name is Michael," she whispered. He's your son, Daniel." The air left Daniel's lungs. "Mine? All these years?" She nodded. "After you told me to go, I found out I was pregnant. I wanted to tell you, but you were angry, and Jake, he still tried to keep me away. He threatened both of us. I left New York for many years. Only now, when Michael was safe, did I come back." Daniel's hand shook. He replayed every night in his empty home. All that time his child grew up without him. "Does Michael know about me?" Emily nodded. "He's clever. He always asked. I told him his daddy was a hero, that he was brave and strong, and would come find us when the time was right." Daniel felt tears on his face. He'd not cried in years, not even when he lost his mother. Staring at Emily, Daniel knew he had to do what he'd never done. Face the friend who lied. He called Jake and told him to meet at a coffee shop near the hospital. "Jake, why did you say Emily betrayed me?" Jake laughed. "Because you were rich and soft. I wanted in. She caught me selling the program first. If she told you, I'd be out. So I tricked you, Daniel. Easy." Daniel's blood boiled, but he kept his voice calm. "It's over, Jake. You're out. If I ever come near me or Emily or Michael again, I'll destroy every deal you have." Jake sneered, but Daniel's eyes burned cold. He knew how to protect his family now. Daniel left, heart pounding, swearing never to let pride blind him again. That afternoon, Daniel waited in the hospital garden. Emily brought Michael, a small boy in a red hoodie carrying a toy robot. "Michael, this is Daniel. He's your dad." Michael studied him, then grinned, just like the little boy Daniel dreamed he'd have. "Are you really my dad? Can you make robots?" Daniel knelt. "I can do all those things, and more if you want to learn." Michael hugged him tight. Daniel closed his eyes, wishing he could hold on forever. Emily stood behind, face full of hope and worry. "He's a good boy," she whispered. Daniel nodded. "So is his dad." Days passed. Daniel met Michael every afternoon. They built model rockets, played in the park, baked cookies. Daniel tried to make up for lost years, one moment at a time. Emily watched, sometimes smiling, sometimes close to tears. One evening, Daniel and Emily sat together. The city lights glowed outside. Daniel turned to her, voice shaking. "Emily, I was wrong. I should have trusted you. I should have fought for you and our son." Emily took his hand. "We both made mistakes, but it's never too late to forgive, Daniel. If you want, we could try again for Michael, for us." Daniel nodded, tears in his eyes. For the first time in years, he felt whole. That night, Daniel stood on the roof, holding Michael's hand, Emily beside them, city lights below. Everything lost had been found: family, forgiveness, hope. He whispered to the sky, "I'm not afraid anymore. I won't let pride win. I choose love. Now, what would you do if you were Daniel? Forgive or forget? Face your fears or run from them again? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Emotional Stories for more tales that touch the heart.